Hi, I am Dr. Gurunath, Assistant Professor of English, Government Postgraduate College, Dharwad. Let us discuss Rabindranath Tagore's famous poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Rabindranath Tagore is one of the greatest poets of India. He was not only a poet, a great educationist, freedom fighter, artist, musician, and whatnot. He was the greatest soul of India. Where the Mind is Without Fear is a famous poem that appeared in his famous anthology Geetanjali in 1912. The poem was originally written in Bengali, titled as Prarthanam. It was a prayer of Rabindranath Tagore. As you know, this poem was written in pre-independent period, which means India was in need of this kind of a prayer when the Indians were reeling under the oppressive rule of the British. Tagore was praying for the Indians, and this prayer is really an energizing prayer, inspiring poem which I want to discuss today. Before we analyze the poem line by line, let me recite the poem of Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action. Into that state of freedom, my Father, I want my country to awake. The poem explicitly speaks about the importance of fearless mind. Fearless mind, as you know, when Tagore is talking about mind without fear and the head high, he means to say that the fearless mind always stands high. There is a direct link between the confidence and the level of knowledge. The people with right knowledge are always confident, and knowledge is equal to freedom in that way. And how this knowledge comes? Most of our problems comes from ignorance, and what Tagore is speaking about here is the availability of knowledge. Knowledge should be available free to everybody, irrespective of caste, creed, class, and all that. In that way, Tagore is demanding free education and knowledge-free society. So that makes mind fearless. Fearless minds are those who live happily. That kind of a freedom was very much the need of the hour before independence. When he speaks about where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, like Robert Frost of America, who was speaking about mending walls, we are all divided by the walls. We are all divided by narrow boundaries. We are all divided by caste, creed, languages, various divisions in this country. Tagore says that knowledge certainly provides this kind of broad-mindedness. We should not be divided ourselves by narrow domestic walls, which was one of the reasons for losing freedom in this country. So he was feeling that this country should not be divided on the basis of caste, creed, languages. So that's where he says that word. Even Tagore was talking about the very society where there is clear stream of reason, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, and then where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. He says that superstition should not disturb us. Superstition should not keep us in ignorant mode. He was dreaming of that kind of clear stream of reason. Reason should rule our minds. That clarity is very much the path where the mind is led forward by thee into that ever widening thought of action. Tagore, like Kuvempu's Visva Chaitanya, he is talking about the universal man, he is talking about Vishwamanava. So, Tagore's poem speaks about ever widening thought and action. Finally, this prayer ends with, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Tagore's great prayer is that my Father here means God. He is addressing God as my Father. He wanted this country to awake in this kind of a morning, that there is a clarity of reason, there is freedom, there is knowledge-free society, and all this will lead to a new dawn of this country. Through this, he wanted to see the freedom of India and the welfare of this country, like Gandhi's Sarvodaya. So, this Udaya, or the dawn, he dreamt of in his famous poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Thank you very much.